Uh, well, good morning, everybody. My name is Claudia, and first of all, I'd like to thank you on behalf of our National Council of Federal Network of Vocational and Technological Education from Brazil for the opportunity to be here to talk to you and to present to you some of our experiences in, professional education and entrepreneurship. You are going to be understandable because my English is not so good, okay? But I'll try to do my best. I'm the rector of a federal institute in Brazil, in the south of Brazil, near Argentina and Uruguay. And here we have Professor Denio, who is the rector of a Federal Institute of Espírito Santo, near Rio de Janeiro. So we are both from different regions from Brazil. First of all, it is important to say to you that Brazilian give to you a perspective of Brazilian economic context since 2003 till today. In 2003, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, began his first term, and we left behind how to say that in English? Neoliberal. Can you understand me? Yes. Okay. A neoliberal policy, and we went to a new social, a more social view of the society. During his 8-year term, we had an economic and social inflection in Brazil. In 2011, President Dilma was elected for her first term with the challenge of go further into this movement. So this is our experience of Brazil talking about entrepreneurship and professional education. Well, since 2012, Brazilian government launched a national policy of entrepreneurship based, I'm sorry for the mistake here, okay, based on the knowledge that the country lived at that moment with good internal economic moment, demographic bonus, change in the corporative environment, and that was, at that time, the best moment for achieving high levels of competitive edge and productivity. Why is that? Why we were discussing that? Because entrepreneurship plays an important role into the world agenda in different institutions and governments, and because this theme is considered as the fifth factor of production, work, capital, earth, technology, and entrepreneurship, a channel that makes the market relations more sustainable and permanent. Well, this national policy of entrepreneurship were developed with two branches. One of that, an innovative branch focused on the Ministry of Commerce, Industry, and companies and the productive sector. And the other one in the small business linked with ministries with a social view. For instance, the Ministry of Social Development, the Ministry of Human Rights, the Ministry of Education, and, well, this kind of institutions. Two of the fields of the national policy of entrepreneurship, the intermediate ones, are the qualification and education and the technology and innovation. You have here some general proposals about that. Education more focused into entrepreneurship and innovation. Take the services, supports, and programs to the countryside, to the interior of the country, into Brazil. And when you think about Brazil, you can think about a huge country. And reduction of the taxes, and enlargement of the communication about technology and knowledge. Well, this national policy talks to us, professional institutions, professional institutions, with some strategies in education. Some of them adapt the content of technical courses to regional vocations in order to qualify students as potential entrepreneurs. That's difficult. Entrepreneurs, no. Okay, but you understand. Create tax incentives for technical and strategic qualification held by entrepreneur. Develop entrepreneurial, that's it, competencies according to the business profile. Expand government investments into development policies and innovative approaches to education. Working entrepreneurial culture in education, from basic education to post-graduation, and to train teachers and students with entrepreneurial attitudes. And develop a framework for education and entrepreneurship based on pedagogy, encouraging creative English, Spanish, and Portuguese, okay? And methodologies, proper language, and insertion of local realities. In technology and innovation, we had some strategies also. Support and enhance technological extension and graduate programs that support business creation and value aggregation in products and process, both in high-impact innovative enterprises in traditional industries. Promote greater interaction between the private sector, educational field, and government to promote innovative business environment. Promote the culture of intellectual property. This is really important subject for us in Brazil nowadays, okay? And the access of entrepreneurs to protection mechanisms, agora sim, de vez. Focusing on trademarks, patents, designation of origin, design as a strategy, and knowledge sources for innovation. And develop entrepreneurship as a support mechanism for innovation in supply chains, and link it with large companies, using it as a local development vector. Oh, well, we have here some actions. These actions are going on in Brazil nowadays. For instance, the government created a kind of agency for funding and developing the technology and the innovation in Brazil, called Embrapi, and it was created in 2013. It's a Brazilian institution for research and innovation. In the federal network, we have now 5 poles of innovation in federal institutes around the country. Espírito Santo is one of these poles. Bahia, Minas Gerais, Ceará, and Rio de Janeiro. And we have now also 13 units accredited to work with innovation and technology. We had also, oops, no? Okay, yes. We have now also a kind of short courses called Primatech Entrepreneur. It's a difficult word, okay. Short programs offered all over the country in order to qualify people for being entrepreneurs. Partnerships with countries in order to send teachers abroad to learn about entrepreneurship and innovative culture. I talked yesterday with a Finland professor, and we are talking about this changing. We send teachers abroad to Canada, Finland, and USA, for example, to learn about that, to learn about entrepreneurship field, and also innovation and technology. We have special programs in the professional network called Hotel of Projects, technological and social incubators, professional master programs, and also a huge program called Junior Achievement Program. More than 4 million young people were trained into entrepreneurship programs, okay? We had also Science Without Borders. That was a huge program from the Brazilian government that sent abroad 100,000 students all over the world to open opportunities of understanding other cultures and understanding how other countries work with technology and innovation. We have also Innovative, which is a special program funded by the government for developing startups. This acronym is from the Ministry of Developing Industry and Commerce, okay? We have also Primatech Fund, that is a special fund created to support innovative companies and entrepreneurs. Perfect. And we had also a good program that we, as Federal Network, have in our institutions. Junior enterprise, which are non-profit companies formed by undergraduate students to work with the concepts and market experiences, involving more than 23,000 undergraduate students and more than 2,000 institutions in Brazil. Well, this is generally about entrepreneurship, which is the link with professional and technological education. We have the professional and technological education in Brazil has an historic and a main role to train people for professional skills. And society evolution entails that this transformation in the organization of work changes the employee and the employer relationship. It becomes tenuous, thin, ethereal, and not compromised, because the world is changing. And more, the workplace is anywhere, here, at home, in Brazil, in the United States, well, wherever. And the functions of the employees, the best paid, are increasingly complex, requiring more complex formations, and expansion of the possibilities in the way people perform to production, in production. So the PTE, or the professional and technological education, is in a new way, I think so, to qualify people for the job, not necessarily for the employment. And this is very important because we are talking about now the federal network of professional education in Brazil. Till 2005, we were only in Brazil 144 schools, okay? And President Lula, in December of 2008, created the federal network, which is a great network with around 40 federal institutes or institutions around the country, with administrative and financial autonomy, and that offers students a vertical mobility. This is very important. A student enters in our institution, and he can take short courses, for instance, 200 hours, okay, and go to a technical education, post-high school or integrated to the high school formation, till the postgraduate studies into the same institution, linked with the professional field. And these institutions support the integration of the teaching, the research, and the extension. I can show you, I don't know if it's clear for you because maybe, yes? Okay. This is our map from 1909, when the 19 first professional education schools were created, till 2002. We had, as I said, a total of campus of 140 around the country. And we had 120 cities served by this professional education. This is the map now in Brazil. From 2003 to 2014, we had more than 423 new campuses around the country. It's a huge expansion. And we have now all the meso regions served by professional education in Brazil. These are the technological fields we teach and research, because we are not only an institution of teaching professional education, but we also work with applied research. Some of the fields: environment and health, educational support, industrial process and control, industrial production, natural resources, hospitality and leisure, food production, management business, infrastructure, communication and information, cultural and design production, hospitality, safety, and engineering. This is in Portuguese, okay? But I put this graphic to you in order you can see the growth of our enrollments into vocational and professional education. We are now in Brazil more than 1 million students in this federal network in Brazil. And well, what is the link between entrepreneurship and our mission as a federal institution? The law that created the federal network of professional, scientific, and technological education in Brazil says that our institutions have among their purpose and characteristics to promote and to conduct applied research, cultural production, the entrepreneurship, the cooperativism, and the technological and scientific development. And also, another mission, another characteristic is to promote and to develop the production and the transference of social technologies, mainly those linked to the environment preservation. I don't know how to say that because this slide was developed by Denio, but I will try to translate what he wanted to say. For us in the federal network, entrepreneurship as a concept is far from profit only. Entrepreneurship for us is a need in the formation of this new professional for a new world. And we understand entrepreneurship as people that can offer good value for the community in any area of human activity, and it's not a personal process, enrichment process, okay? But it's not only creation for the creation of new companies. The entrepreneur can be in any area of work as a company employee, government or non-profit sector. I don't know if you we call it in Brazil as a third sector, okay? A researcher, an analyst, or an autonomous. And, in other words, okay, we think entrepreneurship or entrepreneur as a citizen able to formulate and to achieve their dreams through positive value to the community. This is a map, okay? You can see here that we can have ideas or innovation from a research and development center, from the universities, from the federal institutes, from companies, from anywhere. Our input can be anywhere, from anywhere, or social networks, or, organization. And the federal network or the federal institutes, as educational institutions, can give the people skills, tools, and concepts to change the world, or to have social, economic, and, change the world into social, economic, and cultural areas, okay? Some of our experiences in Brazil as federal institutes, okay? And we are talking about a network that is funded only by the government, the Brazilian government. We have technological innovation groups in federal network, which have in their goals to guide researchers to transfer technology to productive sector, and to manage of innovation, applied research, and entrepreneurship. And the results are that we have now in our institutions 41 technological innovation groups or nuclei working in this federal network with more than 600 coordinators and professors developing these activities. Here you have some numbers of our research fields, research groups, okay, in which areas we work with these innovation groups. And here you have some of our concrete experiences. We have now a kind of, not a program, but a communication program with the society called Innovaif, in which we put our best practices. And here you have some of this. For instance, we have in Federal Institute of Pernambuco a researcher working with a smarter subway, proposing a method that improves the transport efficiency. We have also in Federal Institute of Sergipe, at the bottom of the page, a researcher that works into identifying the best technology to convert solar energy into electrical energy for consumers of small and medium businesses in the northeast region of Brazil. This is an experience of my Federal Institute, the Federal Institute I am a rector. I have 5 students, 5 female students, and this is important to say, that developed a kind of app called Helping Hand. Because in my region, in my state, we are facing now a problem with immigration from IT. And these girls developed the app for helping these people, the Haitians, to find positions, job positions, or schools, or I don't know, maybe social programs, or to find a support network for being feeling much better in this position of immigrants, okay? And this is very interesting because these students developed this alone. It was really, and they won a prize as they were one of the 10 Brazilian finalists of Technovation, which is the world's largest technology competition focused on entrepreneurship. Okay? These 2 experiences are from Espírito Santo. The first one, 6 students from Federal Institute of Espírito Santo won together with the students from other institutions the challenge of innovation promoted by Brazilian Support Service for Micro and Small Enterprises. We call it SEBRAE. And the second experience is also with students of Victoria Campus, Campus Vitória. Vitória is the capital of the state of Espírito Santo. And they won the first place into a competition sponsored by Junior Achievement, also from SEBRAE. And these experiences can show you that entrepreneurship is not only in our mission, but it is also in our programs, from short courses into technical courses, into undergraduate courses, and also in master and PhD programs. And I think that I didn't say to you, but each campus of our network is developed, linked to the economic vocation, the economic field of the city or the region in which it is located. Thank you. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, here you have our contacts, and I'm sorry for my macaronico English. Okay, I try to do my best. Okay, thank you very much.